go, Sag. It is your new moon. It is your season. You're one of my favorite signs. Perhaps because you're the only fire in my chart. My Saturn and Uranus. I love Sag men. I adore Sag women. We're going to start with a Whispers of the Lord Ganesha oracle card. What do you need to remove? To optimize your manifestation potential. What do you have to remove to optimize your manifestation potential? Ganesha says acceptance. There is great freedom in accepting things as they are. You cannot move forward on your path until you release some of the blame, anger, and sorrow that you have collected on your life's journey. Ganesha is asking you to forgive those from the past who have hurt you and to be willing to forgive yourself too. Open your heart to the world outside and to the one within. This deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what pushes you forward in your spiritual adventure. Love without judgment and live without predetermined opinions. Love without predetermined opinions. Accept and express your true self. The ego is the beginning to align with the soul. The ego is beginning to align with the soul. What a relief. You don't have to control everything, fix everything, and know everything. If you have been overly serious and tense, you now start. Your contentment in life improves dramatically when you harness your ability to look at the world from a more spiritual perspective. The image of Ganesha holding the banana symbolizes humility and an awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs in the situation. His pot belly signifies the bounty of nature. It is said that Ganesha continues Ganesha consumes the sadness of the world and protects the world. Learn to honor the values of others that may differ from your own. See the beauty of diversity. Once you see this beauty, it will open you to recognizing and accepting the beauty that resides within you. Accepting the beauty that resides within you. So what is the oracle card saying? Sagittarius, as well with the 9th house, really understands themselves and the world through stepping outside of their comfort zone by traveling, by going to meeting new friends, experiencing different social groups, by exploring uncharted territory. Now, a great way to defend yourself in the unknown is by clinging to what you do know. But what would be the point of traveling? What would be the point of adventure? What would be the point of, you know, love if you already knew everything? Accept that there are things to learn. Accept that there are experiences you still haven't had. And that there is so much more to be experienced. Even if you live for 100 years, traveling, wealth, poverty, you still won't experience everything this world has to offer you. That's how abundant this plane is. That's how abundant this life is. There is so much you can do with it. Don't become jaded and arrogant because you're bored. You know, what's the saying? Idle hands are a devil plaything. So is an idle Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius is the sign before Capricorn, the sign of the devil, the sign of the horned god. And I wasn't ready for that. So you're exploring and philosophizing the world and yourself and your relation to the world and your understanding of yourself before becoming static in the way that Capricorns are. Don't become hardened and arrogant and chained down to belief systems that are constantly evolving, you know? Philosophy is as alive as a flower. So you also have to tend to it like a flower. I feel like I just need to keep shuffling and shuffling. And isn't this the Sagittarius kind of nature, right? I don't want to settle for a set deck. I don't want to, you know, there's too many variations. There's too many possibilities. There's too much. So another part of this is, you know, don't be jaded, don't be arrogant. But also, it's okay to commit to some things. Not every commitment is a chain around your neck. Not every contract is with the devil. You know, we really are entering a new kind of, you know, we keep saying a new world, but what does that mean? You know, if you look in Greek mythology and you know, Zeus took over, Jupiter took over Saturn, who took over Aquarius, who took over Eros, who prepared the way for Pisces, Dionysus. And I say this because we are now going to Dionysus, to a joint ruling with Dionysus and Persephone. If you don't know this legend, perhaps I'll make a video about it one day, but that's the age of Aquarius, this twin flame kind of energy, to use a popular term. Philosophy evolves, rulers change, the guard changes, and that's what we're really in right now. So no matter what philosophies you have built up over decades, lifetimes, and you think you might know how things are, get really excited because things are changing, you know? So bottom of the deck, Two of Cups reversed. Right side up. Yeah. Two of Cups reversed, followed by the Knight of Swords reversed, followed by Three of Cups reversed, followed by the Chariot reversed. So yeah, you really, really aren't getting what you want. You feel disconnected from source, possibly, perhaps the changing of the guard, the shifting in the nature of things has left you feeling cut off from source. Impotent is another word. You're feeling perhaps intellectually impotent at this time. Reckless, completely incapable of articulating yourself. Completely incapable of achieving the validation that you desire, which is so unlike you, Sagittarius. You know, your nature is to find a target and achieve it. You know, find a target and succeed. You're not succeeding. You're not hitting your target. You're being reckless. You're getting angry. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. Accept. And it's a beautiful kind of acceptance. You know, it's not a sad thing. It's an adventure. That's how you got to see it. This new moon, you are in for a great adventure. Yeah. And you're coming up like everything is shifted. This is the Tower. The Tower reversed, thank God. And again, this is a card of Capricorn. I also mentioned Capricorn. So reversed, which is how you have it. And I love, love this Tower. This might be my favorite depiction of the Tower because there's hope. You know, there's the dove. And when it's reversed, which is the more positive interpretation, the dove is what's crowning the experience. Yes, everything is falling apart. Nothing is as you've known it. The old guard, the old philosophies do not hold true anymore. But that's a good thing, you know? That's a good thing. Speaking of Greek mythology, Jupiter and Zeus and the guards, what I almost never ever hear people talk about is one of the main functions of Zeus was to keep humans in their place, and humans existed in the middle realm between the ascended and the descended. And the descended, the underworld, hell, are the gods, the ancient ones, titans, you know, that refused to participate in the new order, that didn't want to submit to the younger gods, to the more foolish gods. And so it was up to Zeus to keep the underworld in the underworld, keep the ascended in its integrity, and keep humans within the realm of humanity. which is, if you understand, the 12 labors of Hercules, which the original word is Heracles, Hera's glory, which that has gotten bastardized, but let's not get into that. It's about a human proving their ascended worth. And only through that trial can one elevate themselves. Can one get the victory, the balance of the force, right? So my children of Zeus, my Sagittarius lovers, the guard is changing, and it's a positive thing. It's a hopeful thing. But you have a fickle relationship to hope, don't you? When you engage with hope, it becomes overly idealistic. The Princess of Cups. It's not dysfunctional. It's not, terrible. But innocence and naivete, lack of experience can hurt you. It's almost kind of like there's a war going on and you don't have the luxury of unpragmatic solutions. You need to be pragmatic in these deeply turbulent times, which I think is a lot about what the acceptance is. There is a feeling of hopelessness. There is a sense of loss. There is a sense of confusion and disconnection. There is a need for fellowship and understanding and being seen. You don't feel seen, and all of your attempts to communicate are really falling short. This is one of your cards, King of Wands. Yeah, you have all of the skills and tools and resources you need. What are those tools? What are those resources? You need to be healthy. And I mean physically healthy. You need to go out there. You need to run. You need to sweat. You need to... my favorite King of Wands archetype is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Healthy, fit. He's a Leo, not a Sag though. Such a broad sense of awareness. Such a broad sense of self. Integrity, happiness, joy. Being serious isn't about being cold, right? Even for a man, there's this very masculine ideal where being a serious man is harsh and sadistic. King of Wands is here to teach us, no, it can be warm and pleasant and inviting and joyful. So first off, health, healthy body, healthy spirit, healthy mind. And the other is I want to say protection, and I want to say a validating presence. You have this opportunity to validate the good that's to come. And especially with this card, it's kind of like the power you have here is to validate the hope and inspiration other people are bringing to the table. I would love this to be in the shop more. Yeah, let's do that. You know, bring the hope in. Validate it. Validate the feminine energy in your life. Care for the children around you. King of Cups. Power, 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 power. So you are the King of Wands, right? But you want to be the King of Cups. And what's the difference? The King of Cups can stay at peace in turbulent times. They do not fear vulnerability. They do not fear weakness. They do not fear themselves. They have possession over their addictions. They have, they can care for women that are deeply emotional, deeply traumatized. You want to affirm the femme. You want to validate the femme. You want to care for children. Nine of Swords reversed. You want to let go of this trauma, this pain that is making you doubt yourself. You know, this disconnection from source is really something very, very serious for you. You really feel it as a personal attack. What am I doing wrong? Why have I fallen out of favor? Why have I fallen out of grace? And you're kind of panicking about it. You don't know what to do. You're just, because even underneath this, right? Knight of Wands reversed. You don't know what to do. You're just lashing out. Because you're not ready to walk away from whatever is causing you pain, but you don't want to feel this pain anymore. You want to move on from it. You might be so depressed you can't get out of bed. You might be so traumatized you can't move forward. But there is so much hope. And you know how people see you? People see, oh yeah, there's a lot of change going on with this person. Their entire life is upside down. People see that. But they don't see the destruction. They see the opportunity you have to be this provider of health and love. No toxic masculinity, welcome. That's out. That's the old guard. But you know, this is the thing about 9 is all about integration. So integrating, you know, this really profound change that's going on is going to be difficult, but it's reversed, so it's not as bad, you know? Instead of waking up in night terrors, maybe you're having a bit of insomnia, you know? You know, instead of bender, you know, going on a month-long bender, you know, maybe you are just staying up all night Friday, you know? But don't let that happen. Because what you need to focus on is being healthy in the mind, body, and spirit, and being in control and undisturbed by whatever emotional turbulence, drama is happening around you. The drama doesn't faze you. That's where you need to be. That's where you want to be. And you can be that. It is in your nature. You are ruled by Jupiter. You can keep order in its place. That is your purpose. But you cannot do that if you're being unrealistic, unpragmatic, you know, hoping that the situation is, if you're hoping the situation is more suited to your gifts and abilities, you are just going to stay stuck in this pain. You're not going to find the solution. Acceptance is the only way forward. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. You have to step up, Sag. This is your season. This is your new moon to manifest. Let go of anything that doesn't serve the future. The future is female, and you have to affirm that for yourself and for those around you. You are the philosopher. The philosophy is the future is female. If you want this connection back, if you want these swords to be alleviated, to be pulled out of your mind, you gotta be the man, and the man, the man that you are destined to be. That is your purpose. Accept yourself. Accept change. This is my wisdom for you at this time, Sag. I hope it serves you. God bless.